Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Taurus, today we're going to focus on your past, present, as well as your future. So, with all that being said, Taurus, let's get started. For Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, for their past, present, as well as their future. All right, Taurus, in the past, we do have the King of Wands. Your current energy is a star. And then near future, we do have the Magician. All right, so far so good. Could be dealing with a fire sign strongly, so an Aries, Leo, Sag, possibly even an Aquarius, maybe even a Virgo or a Gemini. It doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Right off the bat, whoever this person is, Taurus, that you find yourself connecting with, they are coming in with a boatload of confidence. I am definitely getting that. This person has a lot of confidence. Within their energy. So this is somebody who's very, very confident within themselves, to say the least. But I am definitely getting that this person's very determined to get what it is that they want out of you. Now, I'm very curious to see exactly what it is that this person wants, out of you in this dynamic that they share with you, but they feel pretty confident, you know what I mean? That they could end up getting exactly what it is that they essentially want out of you. This person also comes off to me as like a smooth talker, like a Rico Suave type of vibe is kind of what I'm getting here off of this person. So they're really, really good with their words, really, really confident within themselves. I also feel like this person is very attractive. I'm also getting that as well. But before we even get into all of this, I just want to know, first things first, what do they want with you? So let's look at the Ace of Wands, because the Ace of Wands speaks of our own personal wants and desires. And then we do have the King of Wands that's holding the Ace of Wands. Again, this is somebody who's very determined to get what it is that they want out of you and this dynamic that they share with you. So let's see what it is that this person wants. Tell me more about the Ace of Wands. Tell me more about the Ace of Wands. Oh, man. I was like, man, I really hope that the devil doesn't come out, but it did. It did. Okay. Well, with the Ace of Wands to the devil, this could definitely represent like a friends with benefits type of situation. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, obviously, this could definitely represent, somebody who could be after you for a good old time, nothing more, nothing less. Listen, I feel like this person has the hots for you. Let's just be honest. This person has the hots for you. This individual has a lot of lust and a lot of desire for you. With that Page of Wands energy, I'm getting like a lot of flirting coming from this person to you. So they're like a very flirtatious human being is basically what I'm getting. Or maybe they're just like super flirtatious with you. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're like a flirtatious individual to the point where they're out here flirting with absolutely everybody under the sun. I mean, they just could be, extremely flirtatious with you. But I am definitely getting right off the bat that this person has a lot of lust and a lot of desire for you. I am definitely getting that. Now, we do have the Ace of Pentacles out here. So this is where things get a little tricky here, because the Ace of Pentacles, technically speaking, is attached to the Ten of Pentacles, which speaks of a long-term committed relationship between two people full of abundance and stability. So there is a possibility that this person might find themselves wanting far more out of you in this dynamic that they share with you. I am definitely getting that that's a possibility. They might end up wanting more out of you in this dynamic that they share with you. We're going to have to look, obviously, a little bit more into this entire situation as well as this person, just to kind of see what else we can get. But I am definitely getting that this person's definitely going to mention to you that they're looking for something serious, because they know you are definitely looking for something serious. So they're going to make sure that they mention to you that they're looking for something serious. They're looking for somebody that they can settle down with, build towards a life with, grow old with, all that good stuff, because they're taking one good look at you and they're looking at you and, they're automatically, getting the impression that you're just somebody who's looking for something serious. You're looking for someone that, you can settle down with, build towards a life with. So they're going to make sure that they mention that to you, that they are looking for something serious. Okay. I am definitely getting that, because again, it's like they're taking one good look at you and they're just like, yeah, they're probably, looking for something serious. And I am definitely getting that, yeah, they're very accurate when it comes down to what you truly want and desire. What you truly want and desire is somebody that you could build with, you know what I mean? You're not here to have a good old time with absolutely anybody, but the person that you plan on, building and establishing a life with. And I feel like they can definitely tell that that's the case with you. All right, tell me more about the King of Wands. Tell me more about the King of Wands. Oh, man. All right, I like it. I like your energy. I like your energy. All right, so we have the Seven of Wands. We got the Knight of Pentacles, and then we also have the Five of Wands. You know, I feel like you're under the impression that this person could just be here for a good old time, nothing more, nothing less. That's just the vibe that you're getting off of this person. That's just kind of what you're sensing, right? On a soul level and on an intuitive level. And because that's the vibe that you're kind of sensing off of this King of Wands that you currently find yourself connecting with, I don't really see you paying this person any mind. I don't really see you giving this person a time and or day, which is interesting because it's causing this person to want you even more is basically what I'm getting. So it's like the more you ignore them, the more they find themselves trying to like find ways to get your attention. The more you push this person away, the closer they want to be to you. You see what I mean? So I am definitely getting an energy of you kind of like pushing this person away, not really paying too much mind to them or giving them any sort of attention, but it is kind of stemming from a place of you just kind of feeling, you know, like maybe, just maybe, this person could very well be after you for a good old time, nothing more and nothing less. And you're not here for all of that. You know what I mean? You're not here for all of that. You're looking for somebody that you could actually build with, you know? Okay, so let's look at the star, shall we? Let's look at the star. You know, I do feel like their consistency will essentially pay off in the end with you to a degree is basically what I'm getting. Because I feel like despite the fact that you're pushing this person away, not really giving them the time and or day, they're still going to be very consistent, very persistent after you, honey. That's one thing that I am definitely getting strongly. Like, they're not going to back down. Like, when a King of Wands wants something, dude, they're willing to do whatever it takes, homie, to get it. So I am definitely getting that they're going to be very consistent and very persistent with you. They're not going to back down, and they're not going to give up so easily. So you could sit here and push this person away. You could sit here and ignore them if you want to, but this one over here is going to be very consistent and very persistent with you. Now, I do feel like you're going to find yourself really liking the fact that this person's being very consistent and very persistent with you, to the point where I do see you kind of caving in and deciding, you know, to give this person a chance, deciding to give this dynamic here between the two of you a chance, just to kind of see, you know, where life could possibly take the both of you. So this person could very well be trying to get you to like go on a date with them, and you keep telling them no, 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 no. Well, I do see you eventually telling this person yes. Like I said, their consistency with you and the work they're putting in is going to essentially pay off in the end, because I do see this person being able to like get a chance with you, whether that be the two of you going on a date somewhere, you know, things of that nature. Now, let's look at the Magician here in the near future. Tell me more about, actually, let me pick up the Ace of Wands and the Devil just in case. Tell me more about the Magician. Tell me more about the Magician. We got the Three of Pentacles. We got the Six of Wands, okay? And then we also have the Moon out here. All right, so with the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Wands with the Moon out here. Man, with the Magician to the Moon, I don't really know if I like that. You know, before we even get into the Magician to the Moon, I want to clarify this Three of Pentacles to the Six of Wands. You know, I do feel like this person is going to find themselves feeling very drawn to you and your energy, but I also feel like you're going to find yourself feeling very drawn to them and their energy as well. I do feel like when you guys do decide to go on this date, I think that once you get to know this person, you know, you're going to find yourself really liking them. And I feel like they're going to find themselves really liking you. I feel like when you do decide to give this person a chance, you know, same message applies, right? Let's look at the Magician to the Moon, though, because I kind of feel like this person's like secretly trying to work on something here. Tell me more about the Magician and the Moon. Tell me more about the Magician and the Moon. All right, so we do have the Fool. We also have the Nine of Swords, and then we also have the Three of Wands. The bottom of the deck, we do have the King of Pentacles, and then we also have the Strength card. You know, as far as like what they're secretly trying to work on is concerned, has a lot to do with what it is that they want from you. And let's just be honest, you know, I think that when this person looks at you, you know, let's just be honest, I feel like this person, you know, tends to, you know, find their mind going into the fucking gutter. Let's just be honest. Okay, let's just be honest, all right? Their mind tends to like wander off into the gutter a whole lot. And I feel like that's what they're trying to work on, is to just, find a way, to be able to have that with you and or experience that with you. But that's kind of, this energy alone is kind of telling me that they're kind of having a hard time pulling this off. You know what I mean? As far as like getting what it is that they want out of you is concerned. They're having a hard time pulling this off. And I feel like it has a lot to do with the simple fact that, you are somebody who could very well be choosing to hold off on doing all of that, until you're ready. You could very well be deciding to kind of hold off on all of that until, like, you're actually in a relationship with someone. For some of you, you could very well be choosing to hold off on all of that until marriage. But I am specifically getting for the vast majority of you, you could just be holding off until you feel like you're honestly ready for all of that. In other words, this person knows that it's going to take some time and even more work, and energy and effort towards getting what it is that they truly want and desire out of you. But because this person is very, very determined to get what it is they want from you, I do see this person putting in the work. However, I do feel a little bit better about this person, because at first I'm just like, all right, it just kind of looks like this person's pining after you for a good old time. Just saying. The fact that you're making this person work for it is going to cause this person to eventually want more out of you in this dynamic that they basically share with you, is basically what I'm getting. The fact that you're making this person wait for it is going to cause this person to eventually want more out of you in this dynamic that they basically share with you. Because you're basically, yeah, it's like you're basically, in a way, if you think about it, forcing this person to kind of show up in the ways you need them to basically show up. And if they don't show up in the ways you need them to show up, you're not going to give this person the time and or day. So I think forcing is like the wrong word to actually use here in this entire situation, because you're not forcing them to show up in a particular way. I just kind of feel like they kind of know that if they show up like this, just pining after you for a good old time, nothing more, nothing less, is not going to really get them absolutely anywhere with you. But if they show up like this, well, then that's a different story. You know what I mean? The King of Wands to King of Pentacles, this is like a night and day type of situation. A King of Wands is somebody who typically pines after people for a good old time, nothing more, nothing less. It's typically someone who's known for, not really wanting to settle down, not really looking to settle down, don't really care too much for it. King of Pentacles, that's a whole nother ball game. King of Pentacles is somebody who's very big on commitment, also very, very big on loyalty. It's somebody who's at that stage in their life where they're looking for somebody that they can settle down with and build towards a life with. Instead of this person getting the chance / opportunity to have a good old time with you, nothing more, nothing less, it kind of looks like, this person is actually getting the opportunity to actually really, really get to know you, like really, really get to know you, and build, like a really, really good friendship, with you. And I feel like this is what's going to initially cause this person to fall, because believe it or not, I feel like if you would have turned around and, just had a good old time with them, nothing more, nothing less, to be honest, I don't necessarily feel like they would have had the desire to want to settle down with you. I am definitely getting that they wouldn't have had the desire to like want to settle down with you. Like I see them having the desire to want to settle down with you, because you're choosing to make this person wait, to be completely honest. And that's just giving this person nothing but time to like really, really get to know you. And it's like the more they get to know you, they're just like, damn, like I really fucking like them. Like I really fucking like them. Like I could see myself settling down with this person, but I just kind of feel like they don't really take the time to get to like know people. Like they're just, their whole thing is like, yeah, like let's have a good old time, you know what I mean, with each other, to the point where they don't put forth the effort to really get to know a person. You see what I mean? This is that type of person that when they find somebody very physically attractive, their mind tends to go to the gutter, and that's all they think about, and that's all that they, tend to strive for to experience and or have with that person, which is like, surface level relationships. But with you, it's just different, because again, it's like they have to, for one, wait because you're making them wait. And then for two, while they're waiting, their whole thing is, well, let me keep putting in the work and see what happens. You know what I mean? And it's like, because they're putting in the work, you know what I mean? They're also getting the chance and opportunity to get to know you. And this is what's causing them to kind of fall into this energy of like, damn, like, okay, like I really fucking like them. Like I could see myself being in a relationship, with Taurus. So I feel like by you making this person wait as well as work for it is going to definitely benefit you in the end. Because if you don't make this person wait and or work for it, I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if this person, you know, just turns around and just wants to have like a friends with benefits type of situation with you, you know, nothing more and nothing less. But by the end of it all, when it's all said and done, they're going to find themselves wanting far more out of you in this dynamic that they share with you, which is interesting because remember in the beginning of the reading, we got the Ace of Wands to the Devil, but we also had the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is attached to the Ten of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is attached to the Ten of Pentacles. So that's why I'm just like, it's a tricky situation because I can see the amount of lust and desire that they have for you, but I can also see the potential of them wanting more out of you in this dynamic that they share with you. So I feel like that's kind of why the cards came out the way that it came out, because initially at first, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like they're taking one good look at you and they're just like, I would absolutely love, you know what I mean, to experience that, you know what I mean? But because you're making this person wait, you see what I mean? You're making this person wait for it. I do feel like, you know, during that time where you're making them wait for it, it's going to give them that time, you know, to really, really get to know you. And this is kind of why we see this person going from only wanting to have like a friends with benefits type of situation with you, nothing more, nothing less, to something far more serious. So you won't have to make this one over here work for it and wait for it, is basically what I'm getting. Is basically what I'm getting, Taurus. All right, so that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.